Hi guys. So this video is for all of you delusional women out there who are sitting and wondering if the guy likes you and if he's interested in you or not. Because if you're wondering, that means he doesn't like you. So it's time to cut that off and move on. So when men like a woman, they pursue it. And I know we've had this conversation before and I've done this video, but there's things that have come up and have reminded me that women need to hear this again and maybe again and again. And they need to watch the movie He's Not That Into Me because, again, it's another reminder. And men need to watch that too, to be honest, because it works for both genders and both sexes. So it works for every gender, truly. If someone's not into you, they're not pursuing you. So except with women like to be led a little bit. So men know what they want right from the beginning. If they like you, they know they want you or they don't. And if they want you, they will stop at nothing to get you. Okay. And they will pursue you. They will do things for you. They'll try every angle to get your attention and to make themselves stand out to you. Whereas women sometimes like to be led a little with autonomy, but they like to be led and they like to be convinced a little bit. And women will see men as something that they can grow to fall in love with, which is true with women. Women can grow to fall in love. Men will grow to fall in love, but only by doing. So if they're not pursuing you and actively doing things for you, then they're not going to fall in love with you. So I know I mentioned that in the last video. So if you are unsure, if it's crossing your mind, if you don't know if a guy likes you or if he's into you, that means he's not into you. So right from there, that's point number one. That's how you know he's not into you. If there's any doubt in your mind, he's not into you. If he leaves you wondering and guessing by throwing you breadcrumbs, by texting you for a week and like love bombing you and then ignoring you for a few days, that's hurtful. And every human being knows that. And if he really cared about you and he was into you, he wouldn't want to see you hurt. So he wouldn't do that to you. So if he's doing that to you and throwing you breadcrumbs, that means he's not into you. So if he is available for you, but only at the last minute and he won't make plans in advance and commit to them, then he's not into you because that means you're a last resort and you are being reserved for when there's nothing better and nothing else has come along. That means he's not into you and he doesn't like you and he doesn't want you. So it's time to find someone who does. And this world is so full of men, and the old phrase, there's plenty of fish in the sea, is actually true. And I know there's a rush for young women to like get connected, get settled down, get married, have children and this and that. But truthfully, don't be rushed because your prefrontal cortex isn't even there till after 25 and sometimes later. A good solid relationship is going to start in your early 30s. And that's one that can be consistent and will be cognitively and emotionally consistent and one that will be regulated and that can grow and you will face challenges and be able to navigate life together at the same pace, at the same rate, because you'll both be in the same cognitive place. Whereas men, their prefrontal cortex takes a little longer to get there. So they're not sure what they want until later. And then they know what they want. Then there's the other example of men who seem like they're really into you. They're chasing you, they're pursuing you, and then all of a sudden they disappear off the map. Well, if they give you excuses like they've been really busy or they're heavy at work, things are going on, that's a bullshit lie because even when you're busy, you take the time to say, hey, listen, I might be busy for a few days or I have to travel for a few days for work, but I'll do my best to stay in touch. But if you don't hear from me as much, don't worry. This is all it is. If a guy says that, fair enough. But if he just disappears and then he pops back up a week later and he's like, oh, I was really busy with work. Bullshit lie. He doesn't like you. He doesn't want you. So it's time to cut him out and it's time to move on. And you will be treated the way you accept. So if you accept the breadcrumbs and you accept the booty calls and you accept to be treated like a last resort, then that's all you'll ever get from a man because they will do as little as possible to gain your affections and to gain your interest and your level of devotion to him or loyalty to him because it's a conquering challenge. It's innately, it's biologically a conquering challenge, whether men like to admit it or not. And I'm not man-hating. You're biologically built this way, and this is the way you should be, and this is the way it's supposed to be. And this is why there's still people on this earth. Because women get chased and men chase. And when it doesn't work that way, then there's no partnerships, there's no partnerships, and there's no procreation, and there's none of any of the above. Things have to work in a certain order. So if a man isn't chasing, he doesn't want you. And let me give you an example. The other thing is, I don't ever believe words, only believe actions and what you see. So I have a man who has known me since I was 21 years old, and he is very, 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 very wealthy, probably one of the most wealthy people I've ever known. And he is so love bombing, like, I love you so much. You're the one for me. I want to spend my life with you. He spends half his time between here and some beautiful hot places. And he's like, I want you to come with me. And it's cheap for me. It costs me nothing to fly you down, fly you back. Well, he knows I have a career. He knows I can't just do that. So it's an easy promise to make. Never happens. Easy promise. Now, at the time when he started with this, I was in between jobs. I wasn't financially in a situation to be organizing my passport, or I didn't have the time for it either, because I was in between jobs working my tail off to try and move into the career that I was on my way into. But it started, and he knew financially, like, I wasn't going to spend that money to get the passport organized and get all that stuff financially set up. But he would consistently tell me, it's pennies, it's nothing for me. I can fly you down every weekend, and you can fly, and then fly you back, and you'll be back in time for work. Or take a Friday off and have a 3-day weekend. No problem, I can fly you. But if he was serious, don't you think he would have sent me that money to get my passport sorted out? If he really was interested? Probably. So words mean a lot of bullshit nothing, and actions mean everything. Valentine's Day rolled around, and this man who is so in love with me, who I'm the only woman for him, the only woman who he's been so attracted to and is so in love with, and we connect with on such an intelligent and intellectual level, an emotional and spiritual level. But Valentine's Day rolls around, crickets. Nothing. Now, I'm not huge into these Valentine's Days, and I don't need gifts, and I'm not, like, big into this kind of stuff. But the thought, the gesture would be kind. A phone call would be kind. A happy Valentine's Day card would be kind. A text message saying Happy Valentine's Day, I love you, like I get every other day of the week, would be kind. But not on Valentine's Day. There's a disappearing act that goes on. And that just screams, there's no commitment here. I love you, love you, love you. Let me sleep with you, and I'm not going to be committed to you. So I'm not that stupid, and I'm not going to play those games. So off he goes. So that's the end of that. And I get the constant text messages like, where are you? Where have you been? Just tell me you're okay. I love you so much. I need to know you're okay. Well, I think it's time to block, because you know what? It's just getting irritating. I'm not okay. Clearly. I've been played and strung along, and this is not a joke, and you don't string people along that you love so much, and you don't string people along and hurt them and tell them you love them. So, girls, let this be a reminder to you. For me, I've been through enough experiences with men that it doesn't really, it's not hurtful. It's not even eye-opening, because I expect these behaviors, and because I'll draw certain types of men only, I expect these sort of features and characteristics from them, and these are men that love themselves more than anyone could ever love them. Okay? No matter how hard you try, you will never love them as much as they love them. So be careful of those type of men. But just don't get breadcrumbs, don't get booty called. Don't have men that make you doubt and make you hurt and worried. If they're making you worried and making you anxious and making you upset now, and you're just dating and you're wondering if they like you or not, that's hurtful. Then imagine how they'd be if you were even in a relationship with them. You're not even in a relationship yet, and they're already hurting you and causing you pain. Why would you want to be with someone that hurts you and causes you pain, and you're not even in a relationship yet, and they're already doing this to you? So you will only ever get what you accept. So accept more, only accept more, expect more, because what's accepted will become expected. And don't let them think that all you expect is the least, because you should expect the most, because you deserve the most, and only accept the most ever, and you deserve it. So that's that, ladies. And I hope this has been helpful. If you enjoyed this video, please like my channel or give me a thumbs up on my video and subscribe to my channel. And I will see you all soon. And don't forget, don't take any shit from men, and men don't take any shit from women either, because I know there's women that play games too, and they're just as evil. So don't do it. Everybody, be wary. Be weary. See you soon. And there are so many people, you will find the right person when it's meant to happen. That right person will come along when it's meant to be. I have total faith that if it's the right fit, it'll happen, and it'll happen naturally and without chasing and fear and anxiety and worry. So just bide your time. If someone's making you worry and question, they're not the one for you. There's someone else for you. So just don't forget that. See you soon, guys and gals.